next one is in super heavyweight division. Your next fighter, with 8 years experience, determination this man's got. 4 months ago, he made a bold move to Nottingham from down south. Complete life change, complete career change, just to continue chasing his dreams, just to continue trying to climb at the top. He's a true heavyweight. Standing at 6 foot 4 inches tall, weighing at 136 kilograms. With 8 years experience, at the age of 30 with professional record, 1 fight, 1 loss. Let me introduce Cai Robinson!
This is going to be exciting. We're both friends with Cai.
We are indeed.
We both wish him well.
We do.
We will be making fun of him throughout
Absolutely.
this bout.
But as Bogosh has just pointed out very clearly, this is a proper heavyweight fight. I have been crushed against the list by that man as he tries to tear my skull out of my arsehole. And let me tell you, deeply unpleasant place to be.
No, I didn't like it either when he was squashing me.
For years, searched for Armoured Martial Arts gym to call home. While waiting for the opportunity, he honed his edge through historical reenactment and boxing, building foundation in combat and conditioning. In January 2025, he found Armoured Martial Arts Nottingham. 1 year of commitment, relentless training. Now he's ready to set his professional debut. Ladies and gentlemen, with 1 year's experience, standing in 6 foot 4 inches tall, weighing 120 kilograms, at the age of 27, James Raymer!
Very nice, very nice. Now, I don't know James personally.
I actually do. So we're friends of friends.
Oh, that was a taunt. Have you seen that? Wow, he's taunting his opponent. Now, Cai, do you reckon he's going to take it as offense, or do you reckon he's going to be lighthearted?
Cai wants to push him into a corner and bully him into the floor, if I'm honest with you, but we'll see how this plays out.
I mean, he's got the experience advantage, that's for sure. And yeah, these guys are true heavyweights. I'm not going to... Oh!
There we go.
This is very fast for true heavyweights. I'm not going to lie.
No holes barred. James is going to get there. Right, who's going to go for the grapple? Kai's trying for it, but his sword's in the way.
Okay, so...
Getting those swings into his underarm. That's the one place there is no armour on him. Come on.
I'm not going to lie, that's a very dynamic a very dynamic start. Now, just to remind everybody, Cai is wearing the white tabard, the white company tabard, and James is wearing the plain blue.
I might be funny. That was an absolutely exceptional start, but will they have it in their tank to keep going for the whole 3 rounds?
Very dynamic.
Those weights they read out to begin with, the 136, 120, those are impressive in themselves. And then they've got 30 to 40 kilos of kit on top of it. So when that slams into you at speed, you bloody know about it.
That's right. I would not fancy my chances in there. Poor Mary must be feeling quite intimidated with two big guys.
And this is it. I think Cai and James are both very much used to having their own way in 5v5, because when they throw that weight behind their throws, doesn't matter how good your form is, someone is going over. Whereas now they're against each other. This is a squarely matched for scale and value. It's a squarely matched fight.
100%, yes, and you can see that this is now in contrast to the start of the fight. Both fighters have slowed down a little bit. I think they were very eager, very excited, but they must be aware of obviously all the weight that they carry around.
And the fact that they've got 2 more rounds of this.
Exactly. Now, to remind our viewers, the fighters are not allowed to lean on the lists. So these are your standard pro fight rules. You're supposed to, you can chicken wing the list a little bit. Oh, beautiful 1-2 from Cai.
Rattling his dome.
That was really nice. So Cai ending that round
If I
really,
look at the way
really strong.
James is walking now compared to the way that Cai is walking, I think James' start there was exceptional. That was an energetic, powerful start. I don't know if he's got an acting tank to do that twice more, but James, for me,
Phenomenal.
Honestly,
For 1 year experience, I'm not going to lie,
yeah.
this is really, really good performance. I mean, Cai, with 8 years of experience and 16 kilo advantage, should be absolutely ragdolling the man.
I expected him to push him into the corner and bully him. And to be fair to James, he's held his own. And every time Cai tries to go for a throw, he doesn't find James receptive. He's like, no thanks, mate, and then goes back and fences.
Well, this is two giants smashing each other. It's incredible. Famously, when Cai was fighting in America, the Americans were so impressed with his size, they called him the White Company Giant. Now this
the abominable Snowman.
Now he obviously did stroke his ego a little bit, and we are doing that over here too. But this is just to shout him out. He's a good guy.
A shape you don't soon forget.
Yes. How do you think this fight is going to go for the next round?
I don't think there was a lot in it in the first round. I think James did a really solid opening. I think Cai responded well. I think for the scoring, what it's going to come down to is who's got the most gas in the tank for 2 and 3. I think the decider potentially is going to be round 3 when they're both knackered, and it will be who gets to who on first. Because if these guys manage to get a good grapple and they land knee first onto that chest, 150 bloody kilos going straight into your no thanks.
That's right, yes. Yeah. I don't think a takedown in this weight category is devastating.
It is phenomenal.
So I wonder if the fighters will take it a little bit slower this time around, just to manage their gas tank. Nope. That's it.
Trying to get the legs in there. Good man, James. Cai going for some solid striking.
But I really like this. I really like the way they're moving. This is very uncharacteristic for the super heavyweights.
No, I don't know if
the only people I've seen that move this fast really would be Bogus, when he's surprisingly fast.
Nimble.
Okay, and we got that clinch. There you go.
James is supporting the corner there, basically telling him to keep his distance and keep shooting him, keep hitting him from a distance, keep fucking throwing those swings in.
I'm not gonna lie, we're in the tower, right above the fighters.
I thought that's what through my trousers.
That's right. Yeah, I got a bit nervous there for a second.
Still best seats in the house though.
Exactly. Yes. Ooh, a beautiful jab from James. That was fantastic. Nice follow up as well. He's putting his shoulder into it, and
James needs to disengage here because otherwise Kai's gonna have his way with him.
Okay, so they're not allowed to
hook and pull.
They're not allowed to put their arms on the list to use it as a leverage to score a takedown.
Well disengaged.
Nice disengagement. That's right.
That's one of the advantages of that helmet. It's so hard to get a grip on them that actually it's not just good for vision. It's not just good for being able to breathe. Like you can get out of those grapples so easily, which means that they struggle to dominate. And that wasted energy. Every time they go in for a grapple that fails, they're a bit more knackered and a bit more demoralised, and they know they have to do it again.
So this is we've got 20 seconds left. These are 2-minute rounds, and you can tell that they're both really struggling to with the energy levels right now.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. When I had a chat with Cai before this started, Kai's argument was he was going to toy with him in the first round, bully him for the second, and finish him on the third.
Oh, is that what he said?
Kai's not having his way.
That is not what's happening. That is not what's happening.
That is absolutely not what's happening. And
I'm not going to lie. This is
a great plan, but James gets a vote, and my God, is James voting.
Absolutely. I mean, for a 1-year experience, that is phenomenal performance from James Raymer here.
Solid resistance, but if Cai wants to win this handily, he needs to show it in this round. He needs to absolutely put those shots down range. He needs to close. He needs to grapple. He needs to throw and be dominant in that.
That's right.
Because quite frankly, as we've discussed, no one wants to be the sub in a grapple that involves the people weighing in at 130 outside of kit.
That's correct. And Cai, he does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in his spare time. So I would expect him wanting to go down, take this to the ground,
His ground game
and
was
use his experience and weight advantage to crush his opponent, basically.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he would control his weight pretty well there. Although it is very slippery sometimes when you're on the floor.
It really can be, yeah. I'm not funny, but the grip on the foot, especially like depending on what the footing's like, and then the grip on the plates as well. Like if you're trying to grip a large plate from his thigh or his arm, your hand's just not going to bite in. And we've discussed his helmet already. And if you look at that lid, you can see the scuff marks, and that's where bits of metal have slid over the bits of metal. That's not necessarily striking. That's failed grapples, the scars of them.
Absolutely. What would you be telling Cai right now in his corner? That's Barney, by the way.
If I was Barney, and I've known Barney for a decade, so I'm pretty confident with what he's telling Barney, which is close, bully him. And if Cai can force him into a corner, that will tank James, take the rest of his fuel out, and then just bury him, pummel him into the floor. Just take utter domination.
That is famously the Y Company way, and Barney likes to play that game too.
And we will see that later if we are very lucky. But for James, just keep distance, keep striking,
Are you
keep
entertained?
moving.
Let's get ready for a third round.
Okay, here we go. This is the third round of this bout. Let's see what happens. So James is coming at
Starting
Cai.
with the fencing, it won't last long. There we go. As I say, Rock'em Sock'em Robots in the go. James needs to try and descend.
Very nice. We got some second win happening.
Yep.
This is good.
James is going for the grapple now.
That's right, yeah.
But then
Cai
disengage
is
and
denying
strike.
it very well.
I'm not seeing a massive difference in the tempo and strikes between the two of them. As in, like, Cai gets a strike and James gets a strike. So these points, they must be pretty close.
Oh, he's got a bite.
God.
He's got a bite.
Cai
no.
struggled there.
Slipped.
I don't think
slipped out.
Kai's used to struggling in grapples.
I tell you what, though, there is absolutely nothing worse than attempting a grapple, putting everything into it, and then it's slipping away. That is a horrible feeling.
And you being exhausted and looking at them as they bounce back up, like, is that the best you've got? And as you honestly think to yourself, yeah, actually it could be.
Yeah, okay, so we've got a little bit of a dance in the middle, okay.
A jovial headbutt, James disengaging again. I do think
so
they're both
like
a bit spent, but
looks
I'll tell you what, Cai knows he needs to get that grapple and he needs to drop him if he wants to have a dominant round. And James just needs to keep moving.
Okay, we can see that James is starting to, he's inexperienced, I think, and fitness is taking a little toll.
I've been in this position, and his spine is going to feel unpleasant. If Cai can get a grab point underneath his chin, he's going to push that chin so far back it takes his toes off the floor, and you hear your spine crack. It is the worst chiropractor I've ever had.
Yeah, it does happen. So we can see that James is now struggling a little bit. He is still throwing.
I think he's spent, but I think Cai, that's what I mean. I think Cai has still got some, I think not maybe enough energy. He's got 15 seconds to drop him if he wants a clean win.
Some good news from Cai. I think
James is still getting those strikes in.
I think this is where the Kai's experience is coming through now to be able to be able to take it to the last minute. That was amazing.
I think that was closer than Cai would like. I do think he's probably got it, but I think there's the margin is going to be small.
Oh, you can see by looking at James how his arms are quite down.
Yeah.
Obviously exhausting fight.
But can you blame him?
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean, if I was fighting Cai, that would have been that would have been the same.
I was like, if I was fighting Cai, it wouldn't have been 6 minutes.
Yeah, probably. The man would have just crushed me. But yeah, but fantastic fight. Honestly, I really enjoyed this. That was really good.
A really strong opener as well.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely hammered in.
Coming from the two super heavyweights. I mean, these guys are wearing 150, 160 kg on them, you know, and moving around like that.
What a performance!
Takes
what
some
a battle.
strength.
After 3 rounds of a grueling battle, let's find who won the judges' decision. Out of red corner, Cai Robinson!
Fair play to Cai. I'd be interested to know the points breakdown of that fight, because I do think that was closer to James than he thinks it was.
Well, to be fair, Oh, right.
enjoying
We see
himself.
Kai's showboating a little bit. Okay, here we go. Calm down, Kai. It wasn't as dominant as
it
you would
wasn't.
hope for.
That was amazing. Did it go the way you expected it would go?
First round definitely, second round didn't go as I wanted, but I think I got it in the third round.
I mean, to me, I followed your career for a long, long time, you know. It seems like you're finally finding your feet. It seems like finally you start to enjoy what you're doing, you know, rather than just being, I'm hurting, I don't want to be here. Like, that looked like you're having fun. That looks like I loved it.
Yeah, loving it now. Did get a lot more time from it since moved up, so yeah.
So clearly your move is paying off. What's next for you?
Hopefully more pro fights, hopefully more gold medals. You know, I want to be clanking when I walk with all my medals on.
Ladies and gentlemen, giving up, Cai Robinson.
That was great. Congratulations to Kai.
Fair play to
We're going to
Kai.
have to knock him down a few pegs
naturally.
in training later. It won't be me, but it hopefully will be Piers. So, yeah.
I can make him tap out, don't you worry.